Hello and welcome to Adam and Craig Do Stuff, where today we are doing Dr Frights Halloween Nights. Dr Frights Halloween Nights, it's based in Earls Barton, which is right by Northampton. It's a place that we've never ever been to before, have we? Never ever.
No, in fact, until last year I'd never even heard of it, to be honest.
But we heard good things about it last year, so we thought...
really popular last year.
It was good last year.
Really had a surge of popularity.
And they've won some awards, so it must be quite good. It's all under marquees. There's the entrance there, but on the inside the music is absolutely blasting. So
it's like a nightclub. It's so loud in there.
It really is. So we did try to film in there, but the music was too loud, and we thought we're going to get done for copyright if we put this on YouTube.
And you can't hear us. But
no.
It's all undercover, which is a massive bonus in the British weather, because this year especially it's just raining constantly. Only quite a small event. Like you can stand in the middle and you can see everything. It's all there. There's 4 mazes, which we'll go through as we do them, but they're Monsters and Madmen, or Madmen and Monsters, I can't remember which way around it is, House of Wax, Killer Clowns of the Caribbean, and Grindhouse in Wonderland. There's also a bar at the back, and there's a couple of food, there's a food stand.
Yeah, there's a food stand, there's a donut stand, there's a coffee stand, there's a merchandise stand as well. But
I've tried to avoid any spoilers. We don't know a lot about this. I think the theme changes every year, doesn't it? Because last year it was Dr Frights World Tour. This year it's Dr Frights Horror World. I keep looking at the sign, but we can't show you because it's too dark. So this year it's sort of like an abandoned amusement park theme, isn't it?
Yeah. So every maze is based on an attraction.
Sort of abandoned attractions, isn't it? So that's really cool. And then they've got reoccurring things, like Grindhouse is a reoccurring maze, but they changed it to fit in with the current theme. And Killer Clowns also is a reoccurring maze that they've changed to sort of fit into the theme. I hear lots of screaming behind. I think that's coming from Killer Clowns over there, because that's on this side. Lots of screaming coming from there. So we don't know a lot to expect here. From sort of the trailers and the promotional material, it really feels there's a different vibe about this one. Like, it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it seems very tongue-in-cheek when you watch like the trailers and stuff, doesn't it? It's a very jovial sort of one, and the advertising's quite old school, isn't it? Like the sort of stuff you see from like Frankenstein, horror, werewolves and that type of thing. But really excited to see what they have to offer. I think we're going to do Madmen and Monsters. Is it Monsters and Madmen, or Madmen and Monsters?
One of the two.
We'll find out when we see the sign.
This one, the theme of this one, it's a museum where the exhibit is called. Is it exhibits? Is what you call them? Yeah. The exhibits are serial killers and monsters. Yeah. So.
And of course on there it says that there's no chance that they will escape. I imagine that's a lie. I imagine that's exactly what's going to happen. And we've got the fast track today. It doesn't look that busy, to be fair, but the fast track was only an extra tenner, so £2.50 per maze for fast track. Can't complain really, can you? And I don't think the tickets were that expensive anyway.
No. So let's go do our first maze.
Hey.
Yeah. Just come out of Monsters and Madmen, and whoa, that was truly terrifying.
That
wasn't it?
So much worse than I thought it was going to be.
Same. I loved it though. It was crazy.
You were proper. I mean,
I don't normally jump and scream that much, do I? But it was jam-packed with actors, jam-packed with scare jumps.
It is very much a very traditional. Most of it was very traditional. It's just like a sort of pop out and make you jump and then disappear again, sort of. But there's a section, because like Adam said, it's sort of a museum-y / prison, isn't it? Of famous monsters and killers, and you sort of meet a few towards as you go through, and then the finale I won't spoil, but you sort of go into a bit where there's lots of exhibits, don't you? And you don't know which. Do you know what? If that is the standard that we've got tonight, I'm pretty worried, because that was intense.
It really was intense.
That was a
really
lot
fun,
more scary than I thought it was going to be.
I'd love to do that one again.
Would you?
Yeah. I loved that it was just us two as well. That was cool. And also,
No groups of like 8, 10, 13 here. You go in, well, in that one they sent us through just the two of us.
Yeah.
And that definitely makes it worse.
And I loved that it was actual characters from horror films. So it was like Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger.
I think one of them was the Nun.
Yeah, the Nun was near the end, and I
think we were running by that point.
Yeah, I think at one point was the Purge in it.
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
I think they were Purge people. But absolutely brilliant that one.
Yeah.
The finale was absolutely fantastic. We always say about how horror maze finales are pretty hard to get right, and they definitely got that right.
They
and I think the pacing had a lot to do with that. The fact that every actor had they had the time to scare us. They weren't worried about, trying to scare people at the front, trying to scare people in the middle, trying to scare people at the back. Like, we just get everything. Oh, that was horrendous.
So what's the next one? The one in the corner here. We're doing that one next.
Killer Clowns of the Caribbean.
Okay. So this one's themed around a pirate ride, and the clowns have taken over it. The killer clowns have taken over a pirate ride from an abandoned amusement park.
Now, normally I say I don't find clowns that scary, but after what we just experienced, I may take that back. Oh God, that was brilliant. There's one bit where there was like a cornfield, and they got you, didn't they? They've never seen you jump so much in my life.
Yeah.
Right, let's go get terrorised by clowns then.
Just come out of Killer Clowns of the Caribbean, and gosh, that was just as jumpy as the one before.
Bonkers.
That was
absolute chaos from start to finish.
Yeah. Jeez Louise.
It's really, because the soundtrack in there is...
Oh God, it is, yeah. It's like not 90s noughties dance.
Yeah.
So I was enjoying that.
That was really good soundtrack.
Yeah.
So the sort of, it was the
like
scariest rave I've ever been to.
Yeah. And there was lasers and all sorts.
Yeah. So like the weird sort of contrast between, like, we kept going, oh, I really like this song, and then some clown was coming with an axe
at us. It was really good in that one at distracting you, and then getting you when you don't expect it. Yeah, so good at doing that.
Because often you can see, where the holes are and where the curtains are. But yeah, they were really good at. We won't. It's hard to say without spoiling it for you. But there were times where we're like, oh my God, we're gonna get got here.
Like we'd see a clown, we'd be focused on that clown, and then suddenly another one would get us while we're not looking.
Or you think like one jumps out and scares you, and you think that's it. Like you think, oh, that'll be it now for a couple of seconds. But then one would come. It was really well executed, that.
And then there was one of them rooms that you often get in scare mazes where it's like cages.
The strobe.
And one of them strobe rooms.
I don't think the strobe worked as well in that one.
No.
I think it was too light.
But there was one pirate clown in there, and she kept on getting me so many times, didn't she, that one?
Yeah.
She was bullying me, that one.
I see someone's shadow on there. I was like, oh. I think because it's only a marquee, the strobe didn't quite work. It wasn't dark enough when the strobe wasn't on, was it? You could still see.
Yeah, you could.
Compared to other strobes with mazes we've done.
And there was a really good smoke and laser room as well.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah, you may have, because they had one at Tully's, didn't they?
They did have one at Tully's.
They fill it with smoke and they put a strobe across. So basically, whenever they duck under the laser, you can't see anything. You can't see where they are, and they can just move around freely and scare you from somewhere else. And that was really good. That was just and a completely different vibe. Although it was very jump scare heavy, sort of similar execution, it was a very different vibe to the first one. The first one was very sort of creepy, and there were lots of dead moments, but not sort of boring moments. Like there was lots of, it would build tension, and then you get the scare, and then it build tension, and then get the scare. Whereas here, in that one, it was just sort of, it was more chaotic. It was just
all over the place,
constant all the time, and they spent more time. Whereas the other one, they just sort of jumped out and then went back. That one, they spent a bit more time tormenting you, didn't they? So both really strong mazes so far.
So now we've got what is it? It's the
Grindhouse in Wonderland.
In Wonderland, yeah. So this
we've just seen, because as you come out the exit to Killer Clowns, you can see the end of Grindhouse. Oh.
So this one is based on an abandoned amusement park called Wonderland, which I imagine is loosely based on Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
But it's been taken over by hillbillies
With chainsaws.
with chainsaws. Yes,
I hate chainsaws. I hate chainsaws. I really don't like them. I don't know how I'm going to fare with this one, but that one, the one that we just saw at the exit, he did not look friendly, man.
No,
Did not
and he
look
was
like
a big
friendly
guy as well.
hillbilly. Pray for us.
So we've just come out of Grinder in Wonderland. No, what's it called? Grinder in Wonderland. What's it called?
Grindhouse in Wonderland.
Grindhouse. Just come out of Grindhouse in Wonderland, and wow, that was a really good theme. That was. Really,
yeah, that was also pretty crazy, really,
it was
wasn't
pretty
it?
crazy, yeah. I didn't think it was as scary as the other two, but it was still pretty scary, pretty good.
Another really good soundtrack
really
as well.
Soundtrack. They was using Disney songs while you're walking around,
pop punk sort of covers wasn't
of
it?
them, yeah. So you're walking around and like they're playing like, do you want to build a snowman?
And
I just can't wait to be king.
Yeah, I was walking down that one bit and I was like, I just can't wait to it. And then it's mad, and I just love it. That and Killer Clowns, the way that you have the really like sort of cool music that you really sort of makes you want to dance, really.
Yeah.
And then you've got people scaring the absolute bejesus out of you.
And they had
it's such a weird juxtaposition, isn't it?
And they had Disney princesses in there that have turned villainous.
Yeah, and lots of Disney characters, because I think Alice was in there.
Alice was in there,
she's not a princess.
And they had Snow White and Cinderella.
I don't know whether they changed.
I think they had the evil queen from Cinderella as well. I think she was in there at one point. Yeah.
And they, again, it must be just a thing that they do here, but all three so far, we've gone through just the two of us.
Yeah,
I mean, in that one,
we did catch up with
people did catch up with us.
Yeah, and we caught up with the group.
Elbowed me in the head and all sorts. But yeah, you do actually go through in your own group, so I'm assuming that's just the way they always do it.
Yeah.
Which probably a benefit for them, because I don't think they're as busy as some of the bigger scare piles, because not as many people know them, so that they can get away with that. Whereas like when we went to Tully's, it was like a sausage machine, wasn't it? They were just firing people through. And when there is just the two of you, or like however many of you there are in your group, it gives them a lot more opportunity for you to get every scare. And I certainly feel like we're getting every possible scare in this. So
definitely.
They really can give you the time of day to give you a good scare.
They really do. So now we've only got one left to do, and that is the wax one. What's it called? House of Wax.
House of Wax.
Like the name of the film.
All I've heard is people say how scary this one is.
So this one is based on a small town,
town attraction.
Where there was a lady called Madame Letrus, which I imagine is a nod to Madame Tussauds. So she was a waxwork model maker, and they burnt her because they thought she was a witch, and now she comes back to life, and I think she possesses
she reanimates the waxworks
to make them come alive and scare people.
That sounds creepy. That sounds really creepy.
So, are you ready for the final one?
I know, I can't believe it's the final one. They've been so good. So good. And you only get one run through, which is a shame, because I completely understand why, but it's such a shame because it's been so good.
It has been amazing.
Let's go.
For now, House of Wax is out the way, and that was
vile.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
It was scary in all the best ways.
That was creepy.
It was.
That again, like you were saying, they're really good at distracting you from the real scares. In fact, in that one, it was like, because there's like sort of waxworks everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't know.
No.
You just don't know. There's no way of telling. And they executed that really well.
They did. Yeah, and they were just coming at you from all angles.
Yeah.
There was ones below, ones at height level, ones above you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was Killer Clowns as well. They had some that
had one that came above you.
That came through the ceiling. I mean, that was terrifying. That was really scary, creepy as heck.
It was,
and some really strong jump scares in that. Some really strong scares.
Some really strong scares, and I don't think literally I've jumped or screamed as much at any place we've ever been to. Have I? I'm normally the less jumpy and screamy one out of the two.
I couldn't go, like, I haven't gone first in any of them. I've had to put him in front because I'm terrified.
And I'm quite happy with that. I like being first, because when you're in front of me, you bloody elbow me, you stand on my feet, you... But also, again, it seems as though they put you in your own groups when you're here.
Yeah,
in all of them.
It must be the same in all of them.
And that's really good.
When it's busy, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we said at the beginning we had fast track. The queues today haven't been that bad.
No.
Really. They don't seem that bad. But to be fair, for an extra tenner
too busy,
each,
does it?
and you get straight to the front. Like every single maze, we've gone straight to the front, and they've just let us straight in. So for an extra tenner, I mean, I think that's good value. I don't think it's seasonally priced, this one either. I might have lied, check the website, but I don't think this one is seasonally priced, unlike other scare parks are. So I think it's always that price. So I mean, this is a Friday. If you're going to come down at the weekend, it might be a bit busier. It might be more worth it. But yeah, I would say the queues haven't been that bad. You're not going to queue for that long. But even so, fast track's been worth it still, hasn't it? For the price we paid, we've got our worth out of it. We've still skipped what queues there have been. Oh, I think we're just going to pop into the bar now and see what sort of... It says they've got cocktails, so I'm going to see if they've got anything spooky.
So they've got cocktails, they've got beer, they've got wine, I heard them say on the speaker earlier.
I'm hoping for a spooky mocktail because I'm driving.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll go and see what they've got on offer.
So just come back from the bar where we both had a drink. I had a cocktail. I have to say, it was a very tiny cocktail, wasn't it? The size of it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't a very big cocktail.
Very big cocktail at all. And it was £8 for a cocktail. I had a raspberry vodka one, and it was very strong.
Yeah, it didn't actually say, like, had a list of the available cocktails, but didn't actually say what was in any of them.
No.
Which must be annoying for the bar staff as well, because obviously everyone's coming up and going, well, what are they?
Yeah.
So we don't actually know which one you had, do we? He just sort of said one of them is raspberry vodka, and Adam was like, oh, okay then.
So I said, yeah, I'll go for the raspberry vodka one. I mean, it was nice, to be fair. It was very strong. I like the flavour raspberry. And it had crushed raspberries in it. But just very small for what you pay.
Yeah, and expensive. But, I mean, it's not uncommon for things to be that expensive at these kind of places, is it? But
no.
Yeah.
But the bar itself was cool, wasn't it? So it had like
Annabelle.
Yeah, it had Annabelle, and it had other like nods to horror themed stuff. Like it had Walking Dead in there and Friday the 13th.
Have Walking Dead? I missed that.
Yeah, it had the bit, do you know, with the where it says dead in here.
And it had the red rum door from.
Oh yes, from Shining.
Shining.
Yeah. And they have as well. This is really cool. They show CCTV footage of the scare mazes.
Yeah, they've got scare cams projected behind the bar, so it's a good bit of entertainment while you're drinking.
Yeah, while you're drinking, that was cool.
One thing to note: you can't go into the bar until you've done all the mazes.
No, you can't.
Which I don't remember reading that anywhere. But you've got to show them your card to show that you've done all the mazes before you can go in the bar.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to note when you do come, which is why the bar was so empty when we first got there. We were like, oh, there's no one in the bar. So all in all, Dr Frights.
Amazing night, really good night. As we said, it's the first time we've ever been here, and I'm really glad we chose to come here. I'm glad we found this place. Been a brilliant night, hasn't it?
Yeah, really, really impressed.
Four really strong mazes.
Yeah.
Really strong mazes.
Yeah.
And I think it's all of them are kind of on par with each other. They are really good. But I'd say for me, I think my two favourite was the very first one we did, the Monsters versus Men.
Madmen and Monsters.
Madmen and Monsters, that was it,
Monsters
sorry.
And Madmen, yeah.
And then the last one, House of Wax. In that order.
They were, they were all really on par. But I do think we got the most scares in Monsters and Madmen, which is surprising. Before we came here, I didn't think I'd be saying that, but I do think that was probably the scariest.
And as well, I forgot to mention this when we was talking about the House of Wax one. So we got chased out of House of Wax, and I didn't realise this as we was leaving the Monsters vs Madmen. The exits back onto each other, so the ones you see at the end, they came out and made us jump again, didn't they? As we came out of House of Wax.
Yeah, the Purge people.
The Purge people ran out of. So they must have not had anybody.
I think they just chased someone out.
Oh,
yeah, it's like with the Grindhouse, the chainsaw maniac had just chased someone out and was staring at us as we left Pirates of the Killer Clowns in the Killer Clowns of the Caribbean. Yeah, I mean, in terms of a scare event, definitely one of the lower budget ones. You're not going to see like the immersive sort of theming that you see in bigger scare parks or at some of the theme parks. But they really know how to give you a scare.
They do,
and at the end of the day, that's why you come, isn't it? That's the main reason you're here. They really know how to give you a good scare. There were jump scares like in abundance throughout every single maze. There were really good jump scares every single time. Yeah, I was absolutely brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. And I mean, there's only 4 mazes. They're about 5 minutes long, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's somewhere you can come. You don't have to spend a long time here if you don't want to. You can easily get through all the mazes. And I mean, we've come on a weekday. I would definitely recommend a weekday because it's somewhere, if it's not too far for you, you can drive here, do the mazes, and you can leave and not really be that late home, really. And
as we said, most of it is undercover as well, so it's good.
Yeah, pretty much all of it, apart from the toilets.
Yeah.
It's all undercover.
And then on the middle area, they've got a few roaming actors, so a few clowns was coming out. Snow White, yeah. Okay, so next we have another scare park that we've never done before. We're going to Fair Avon, aren't we? Yeah, and this one is meant to be really good as well. This one gets a lot of talk on social media, doesn't it?
I'm sure it's won awards, and I know that Malefica, which I think was new for last year, which is the sort of nun maze, that got really good reviews last year. So I'm really excited for that. There is also a new experience there this year called the Exorcism, which is apparently a more intense, more immersive experience. So we've booked that. It must be insane. So there's 5 mazes there, and then there's the Exorcism, which is more of an immersive experience. So that'll be coming up soon. We've also got Warsaw Scare Maze, which we'll probably do a video review of rather than the vlog, and we've got Extreme Scream, which we've done before, loved, and it's always been good. So do subscribe to us, turn on notifications, drop us a like and a comment. If you've been to Dr Frights, let us know. I love it. I'm really blown away by it. Really stunning. And we will see you next time we do stuff.